Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit in current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And then remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. You know something? We've got one that I really, really like, and I am a big fan. Today is National Canine Veterans Day. Gotta love our canines. They do a great job. I'm sure out, you know, I don't obviously see them out in the field in the military, but you know something? It's amazing what they're doing with the dogs. I have watched some police demonstrations. Just so happens that the trainer that's helped me with my dogs for the last 20 years, and I've only had two, but is a Marine. I guess once a Marine, always a Marine. And he trained dogs in the military, so knows what he's doing. I don't know. He didn't have quite as good a success with the family, but the dog was trained pretty well. Canine Veterans Day. We do celebrate every one of those canines. Yeah, I like that one. Today's also National Coconut Tort Day. That looks good. I don't know where you got that picture, Josh, but I might have to go over to visit our friends over at Polly's Pies and check out, see if they've got a coconut tort for National Coconut Tort Day. I wonder how they knew this one, Josh. This is kind of an interesting one because we are broadcasting from Southern California. And if you're listening to us live, it is the 13th day of March. And I'm seeing that it's National Open an Umbrella Day. And it's raining outside. Oh, wait. I guess I've got a problem here. I can't read the whole thing. It's Open an Umbrella Indoors Day. Why? Well, unless you got a leak in the house, what do you need to open an umbrella indoors for? And it's National Earmuff Day. Okay, let's move right along because, you know, I bet we could celebrate something all day, every day and get nothing done. Let's see what the markets are doing today. Do we want to see what the markets are doing today? It's another one of those painful days in the stock market. I'm looking at it. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 455. The S&P is down 65. NASDAQ is down 291. And oil's down 70 cents a barrel. Interesting. Stocks tumble after Secretary Bessent says detox doesn't need to mean recession. Trump tariff threats in focus. So, yes, we are looking at the tariffs. We've been talking about them consistently. Interesting watching what's going on. Thankfully, you know, I like a lot of American-made stuff. And I don't know. I think I don't know, Josh will tell me. I think Tito's and Kettle One, I think those are both American-made products. I know that my wines, I think I like 99% of my collection is from Paso Robles, so I don't have to worry about the 200% tariff they're talking about. But here's how these tariffs work. Watch what's happening. So the European Union comes out and says they're going to put a 50% tariff on U.S. whiskey. Within hours, the president says, okay, we'll put a 200% tariff on some wines and libations out of the European Union. Let's see. I wonder whose market is bigger. 200% means it's going to shut off all of the imports of alcohol coming from the European Union that are affected by this tariff. All of them. Right? I mean, you really think about it. Do you think that anybody's going to absorb a 200% tariff? Okay, so I guess the Kettle, well, I don't think the Netherlands is part of the European Union. Kettle One comes out of the Netherlands. Now, for those of you that are watching and listening and maybe want to lose some weight, I believe that that's where Novo Nordisk is based, is in the Netherlands. And they're the ones that make, I think it's Wegovy. I'm not sure. They are part of the European Union. Okay, so I don't know. I guess it'll affect Kettle One. Tito's, is that part of, is that? Okay, so Tito's I'm okay with. And other than the fact that Tito's is a big supporter of Black Lives Matter, I like Tito's better. But in any event, I digress. How long do you think that the European Union is going to leave this 50% tariff on while the U.S. has a 200% tariff? Which market is bigger? Who can last longer without the other? Fascinating. We're going to see. Let's see what else is going on. And Bessent is also talking, if you're thinking about buying a house, Bessent has been very, very vocal about the idea that he wants to get the interest rates down. And he does have the ability to bring the interest rates down with the treasuries, not with dealing. And if you notice, only in the left-wing media do we hear this. So in the left-wing media, we hear, oh, wait a second, they're going to fight with the Fed. No. Bessent has a lot of other ways of bringing down the interest rates because he's dealing with the 10-year treasury, and the 10-year treasury is a little more closely tied to mortgage rates. So interesting watching that one as well. Now, let's take a look and see. Do we want to look and see? Because I see the gas prices are down again. 308 is the national average. If you're in Hawaii, you're paying $4.54. If you're in California, you're paying $4.67. Yes, more money to buy gasoline in California. And being that it is Friday Eve, okay, well, we might be thinking about needing gas for the weekend. Let's see what the gas prices have done, though, because a year ago, gas prices were $4.88 in California, $3.40 around the country. Today, they're $4.67 in California, $3.08 around the country. $1 and $1.60 a gallon cheaper. $1.60 a gallon cheaper around the country than it is in the national average than it is here in California. What do you, Josh, about 330, 340 there in Nevada? 330, 340 again versus our 467. 264 is the cheapest place in the country. Who wants to, let's guess it. 264. I'm going to guess it's probably Mississippi. Speaking of guessing, I think this is the weekend for those that are listening. And Josh, I think I haven't even told you about this one, but I set this up anyway. rsrlinks.com/bracket. rsrlinks.com/bracket. I think on Sunday afternoon, March Madness brackets come out. And every year we do a bracket challenge. So go to rsrlinks.com/bracket and join our bracket challenge for the radio station. And those of you watching on any of our socials, rsrlinks.com/bracket. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events. and the financial markets. When we come back, is the housing market starting to balance out? Love and money, how to keep newlywed finances from tearing you apart. Second time around, smart estate planning for second marriages. All that and more. Reach me. We should have done this around Valentine's Day. Oh, well. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564. Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less? All without having to spend more each month than you spend right now. Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, and every day at this time, OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates, with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They don't tell us points paid, points received, or the APR. They only tell us the number you need to put in your mortgage calculator to find out exactly what your principal and interest payment would be. And if you don't have a mortgage calculator, don't worry about it. Just go and grab our mobile app, and there's one right on there for you for free. rsrlinks.com/mobile app. rsrlinks.com/mobile app. What did rates do yesterday? The conventional 30-year fix, 6.662. That was up. Jumbo 30-year fix, 6.899. That was up. FHA 30-year fix, 6.358. That was up. VA 30-year fix, 6.168. That was down. USDA 30-year fix, 6.425. That was up. Interesting. Now, here's the question that nobody's looking at is, I tell you every day what these numbers are doing, but the issue that really is of importance is you have to look and see, okay, it's up, it's down. They're always going in different directions. We know that, but have they really been moving that much? So the whole story here is that if I look back on the 3rd of March, the conventional 30-year fixed was 6.548. And today it's 6.662. It's up about 1/8%. So it's not really changing a whole heck of a lot. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. But again, if you want our thoughts about the market each and every business day morning, as early as the data allows, you can get our thoughts, rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. Let's see what the markets are doing today. Okay, so we've got the 10-year treasury that's down 2 basis points. The S&P 500 is down 65. Mortgage-backed securities, that bond is up 1 basis point. So when we see the bond, the 10-year treasury yield down 2 basis points, doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. When we see the bond is up 1 basis point, that's not a whole heck of a lot. It's not moving. Now we're not going to see much of a change in pricing based on those numbers and the fact that as we get closer and closer to the weekend, the investors don't do a whole heck of a lot. But yesterday we did have a cooler consumer price index report as well as an above average 10-year auction, yet we have not seen bonds respond to the upside. Reason being, the markets are focused and fixated on the tariffs and trade war that is unfolding. Just this morning, it was announced that Europe was implementing tariffs on American whiskey, which was followed by President Trump threatening 200% tariffs on some European wines and spirits. I mentioned that in the last segment. February producer price index report, which measures wholesale inflation, came in much lighter than estimates. Headline PPI was reported at 0%, which was cooler than the 0.3% anticipated. Year over year, producer prices rose 3.2%, which was down from an upwardly revised 3.7% and 1/10 lower than estimates. Helping the headline figure was the 1.2% drop in energy prices. Core rate strips out food and energy prices, was negative and was reported at a negative 0.1%, which was much cooler than estimates of a 0.3% year over year. Core PPI fell from an upwardly revised 3.8% to 3.4% and was also 1/10 lower than expectations. Another reason besides the trade war that bonds did not love today's report, even with the drop in core inflation, is that the components that are shared with the more important personal consumption expenditures rose. Initial jobless claims measures individuals filing for unemployment benefits for the very first time fell 2,000 to 220,000 last week. Continuing claims of those who continue to receive benefits after their initial claim fell 27,000 to 1.87 million, which is near the highest level since 2021. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make that call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So let's talk about some of these things that are going on in the world right now, and why should they not matter to you? So the concept constantly that I mention to you all the time, and I will say it until the day I retire, not going to be anytime soon, some people wish it was, is that strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. And when we look at what's going on in the market, if you've got a strong, if you've got a strong financial setup, strategy, and you've got a good credit scores, well, here's the issue. You've got a lot of options to take a look at. And I had a speaking engagement on Tuesday, and we were talking about some of these ideas behind the strategies. And one of the things that I mentioned was, if you've got a strong credit score, and if you don't, well, you probably didn't watch our video, rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com, where we walk you through a strategy to help you improve your credit score. And I've been talking about this. We did this video and we've redone it. I don't know, we've probably been running it for what, 4 years now, Josh? 5 years, something like that. Yeah, we update it, but the concept has always been the same. Make 2 payments to all of your credit cards every single month, even if you pay them off in full. First payment, it's going to be as much of the balance as you can, so it gets to the institution right before the statement closing date. There are 2 dates on your credit card statements. There's a statement closing date. You want to pay as much as you can right before that. Then you just make a minimum payment before the payment due date, because that's how you're going to end up maximizing your FICO score. Now, if you've got that going for you, and if you've done that, most likely you're going to have a credit score over 700. And then you get in the world where you can go into the Home Select loan. And if you haven't watched our series on that, gethomeselect.com. Gethomeselect.com, where we're showing you how you can get an effective interest rate. I don't know, 1%, 2%, 3%. It depends on your situation. I haven't seen any yet where the effective interest rate was over 3%. None. And it's a 30-year loan. Yes, it is adjustable. You want it to be adjustable. On a 30-year fixed rate loan, you know who makes the most money? And you know who has the securest position? The bank, the financial institution. Because no matter how much you put down, it's at risk. No matter how much appreciation you have, it's at risk until you make the very last payment. Because if there's still 6 payments left, no matter what kind of program you were on, and you stop making payments, the bank has the opportunity to foreclose. Just the way it is. So the bottom line here is it's all at risk. So now, think about right now. Think about what's going on in the marketplace right now. And I closed the screen, so I don't have it up on my dashboard right now. But if I were to look at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 right now is at 5534. Now, I don't have a chart of it right here, but I know that the S&P 500 has been coming down dramatically for the last, I don't know, month and a half. Since President Trump got into office, the S&P 500 has been coming down. It was at 6115 at the beginning of February. And now, well, let me see if I can get a 3-month chart here. So on January 20th, which is when the president took office, the S&P 500 was at 6,049. 6,049. That was January 21st. And today we're at 5535. It's about 500 point drop in the S&P 500. It's about down about 10% in that time period. Now, does that matter? Well, if you need the money, yes, it matters. If you have cash on the sidelines, you're probably happy because you can buy more now than you could buy the beginning of January, at the end of January, when President Trump took office. So you have more, you can purchase more of whatever stocks or mutual funds you want. Get more money working for you. But if you need the money, you can't do that. That's why every homeowner should have a home equity line of credit on their property all the time. And I have a friend of mine that's ultra successful, and he always has the home equity line of credit updated every year or two to the maximum amount the financial institution will allow. Now, he doesn't use it, but if you have a point right now where you've got the stock market is down about 10%, well, don't sell stocks to live off of. Use your line of credit. When the market goes back up, pay down your line of credit. That's just being a prudent investor. If you're in retirement, that's why you should have either the Home Select loan, gethomeselect.com. And I tell people, before you're ready to retire, let's have a conversation about the Home Select loan, gethomeselect.com. So, because then you've got liquidity. You don't use your stock portfolio, your retirement portfolio, when the market's down 10 or 15%. Live off the equity in your property. When the market goes back up, and it always does, I can't guarantee it, but the markets always go up and down. The bottom line is you're using the money that you want to strategically. Use your home equity when that makes sense. Use the money from your stocks and bonds when that makes sense. But have the option. That's why you have the home equity line of credit always standing by, because if you need it, you got it. If you need it and don't have it, you ain't going to get it, because nobody lends money to people who need money. We lend money to people who want money. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, is the housing market starting to balance out? Love and money, how to keep newlywed finances from tearing you apart. Second time around, smart estate planning for second marriages. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3% and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990. Licensed under NMLS 217037. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. Is the housing market starting to balance out? That is the subject of the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com. rsrmoney.com. Is the housing market starting to balance out? For years, sellers have had the upper hand in the housing market with so few homes for sale and so many people who wanted to purchase them. Buyers face tough competition just to get an offer accepted. But now inventory is rising and things are starting to shift in many areas. So is the market finally balancing out? And does that mean buyers will have it a bit easier now? Here's what you need to know. What makes it a buyer's market or a seller's market? It all comes down to how many homes are for sale in an area compared to how many buyers want to buy there. That's what ultimately determines who has the most leverage. A seller's market is when there are more buyers than homes available, so sellers hold the power. This leads to rising prices, multiple offers, and homes selling quickly, often above the asking price, and because there isn't enough to go around. A buyer's market is when there are more homes than buyers. In this case, the tables turn. Sellers may have to offer concessions and incentives or negotiate more to get a deal done. That's because buyers have more choices and can take their time making decisions. You can see this play out over time using data from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, in the graph that we're showing on the screen if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 or FM 98.1 video. Where the market stands now, while it's still a seller's market in many places, buyers in certain locations have more leverage than they've had in years. And that's thanks to how much inventory has grown lately. As Lance Lambert, co-founder of Resi Club, explains, quote, among the nation's 200 largest metro area housing markets, 41 markets ended January 2025 with more active homes for sale than they had in pre-pandemic January 2019. These are the places where home buyers will be able to find the most leverage or more market balance in 2025. Here's a look at some of the strongest sellers markets and buyers markets today, according to that research. Markets where sellers and buyers have the most power right now, markets where the sellers, Rochester, New York, San Jose, California, San Francisco, California, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, New York. That's the top 5 where sellers have the most power. San Francisco, really? That one kind of surprises me.
You know better than that.
Markets where buyers have the most power. Number 1, Beaumont, Texas, Gulfport, Mississippi, Macon, Georgia, Brownsville, Texas, Evansville, Indiana. I can understand most of those. Do you know how to adjust your, if you want to know what your community looks like, well, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is go and grab our information. It's free information we give you. rsrlinks.com/market report. rsrlinks.com/market report. Our friends over at Altos Research goes through and gives us data every week. They track every home for sale in the United States. Altos does that. And we give it to you for free. So you just go over there, grab the report, and put in your zip code. I'm just going here and I'm looking at La Quinta, one of my favorite areas. So if I look at La Quinta, California, out there in the Coachella Valley, it tells me there's 407 single-family homes for sale right now. It's still Slightly, you got a seller's advantage. The average days on the market is 102. Relisted 20%. Median rent is $8,000. Oh, we do $8,000 a month. And we're looking at average days on the market again, 102. So you can put any zip code you want in there. So let's just take a look and see what 92807 is in Anaheim, California. Okay, well, that one there tells us that there's 16 houses on the market. So it is a strong seller's market. You want to live in Anaheim, you gotta pay up. So you can get all that information. Again, all you have to do is go to rsrlinks.com/market report. Clever strategies can make buying in a seller's market easier and vice versa. And that's exactly why you need to go hire a pro. A local real estate agent knows their market like the back of their hand. They're super familiar with what the supply and demand looks like and how to help their clients get a deal done either way. So as long as you have a skilled pro by your side, it doesn't really matter if your town is on the list or not. With their expertise, you'll be able to plan ahead and buy or sell no matter what the market looks like. Bottom line, with inventory rising, the market may be starting to balance out, but it all depends on where you want to buy or sell. Make sure you've got our free reports. We do them all the time for you. We put out an annual home buyer's guide, rsrlinks.com/HBG2025. rsrlinks.com/HBG2025. And we update that with our quarterly guide, rsrlinks.com/HBG. Again, all free. If you're a seller, rsrlinks.com/HSG, rsrlinks.com/HSG. Bottom line, with inventory rising, the market may be starting to balance out, but it all depends on where you want to buy or sell. And give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Anywhere in the sound of my voice, I can put you in touch with a great real estate professional who can help you in that neighborhood. Again, all you got to do is call, write, smoke signals. We answer all of them. Again, rj@ronsiegelradio.com is the email address, 800-306-1990. You can text us, and we're standing by. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Let's see, Borrow Smart segment today. Love and money, how to keep newlywed finances from tearing you apart. And finance is a big issue of the newlyweds. We're watching that one all the time. I hear about these all the time. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart and crucial to the success of any marriage. Money. It might surprise you, but studies show that a huge number of couples, I'm talking as high as 35%, say that financial issues are a major source of stress in their relationship. And sadly, financial problems are one of the top reasons why marriages end. It's a tough reality, but one we can tackle head on. Yeah, we can get into this. Okay. The good news is when couples work together, when they're open and honest about their finances, they can avoid a lot of the heartache that money troubles can bring. That's why I want to focus today how to build a strong financial foundation right from the start of your marriage. I put together 10 tips for newlyweds designed to help you navigate those tricky financial waters. Think of these as cornerstones of your financial house, the tools you'll use to build a secure and happy future together. 10 tips for newly married couples. Number one, communication is key. This might sound obvious, but it's absolutely essential. You and your partner need to talk openly about your financial goals, your money memories, and your spending habits. You'd be surprised how different your backgrounds and perspectives on money can be. Maybe one of you grew up in a household that was very frugal, and the other was used to a more free spending environment. These differences can shape your behaviors and lead to misunderstandings if you don't address them. So talk it out, share your experiences, your fears, and your dreams. Number two, set goals together. Once you're communicating effectively, it's time to start setting some financial goals as a couple. What do you want to achieve together? Buying a home, saving for retirement, taking that dream vacation. Setting goals gives you a common purpose, something you're both working towards. It creates a sense of unity and shared responsibility. Number three, create a budget. All right, folks, here's a word that can strike fear in the hearts of some, but it doesn't have to be scary. Budget. A budget's simply a plan for your spending and saving. It's a roadmap that reflects your shared priorities. It helps you make sure your money is going where you want it to, and it prevents those "where did all the money go?" question moments. Sit down together. Look at your income and expenses and create a budget that works for both of you. Number 4, build your financial house. Think of this as setting the foundation for your financial future. Start by getting a clear picture of where you stand. What assets do you have? What debts are you carrying? Then make a plan to start reducing those debts while simultaneously building up your emergency fund. That emergency fund is crucial. It's your safety net for those unexpected expenses that inevitably pop up. And that's where I can help. I am a certified liability advisor, CLA, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Number 5, work as a team. This is a big one. Share the financial decision making. Don't let one person control all the purse strings. When both partners are involved in the process, you're both invested in the choices you make. This reduces the potential for resentment and conflict down the road. Number 6, agree on spending limits. While it's healthy to have some individual spending money, it's important to set a threshold for larger purchases. Decide on an amount that requires mutual agreement. This prevents one partner from making a big purchase that the other isn't comfortable with. Number 7, schedule regular money meetings. Just like you schedule date nights, schedule regular money meetings. Set aside time once or twice a month to sit down and talk about your finances. Review your budget, discuss upcoming expenses, and address any changes in your financial situation. These meetings keep you on track and ensure that you're both on the same page. Number 8, update your financial paperwork. Marriage often means updating beneficiaries on your accounts, reviewing your insurance coverage, and creating or revising your wills. It's not the most romantic stuff, but it's essential to ensure that your finances are in order and your loved ones are protected. And remember, when it comes to drafting a will, it's always a good idea to seek advice from legal, tax, or financial professional, especially if you have a complex situation. Number 9, practice love, trust, and honesty. This is the heart of it all. Approach financial discussions with care and understanding. Be honest about your money decisions, even if you don't think your spouse might not like them. And trust your partner is being responsible with finances. Without these 3 pillars, love, trust, and honesty, even the best financial plan can crumble. Number 10, consider professional guidance. Finally, don't hesitate to seek help from a financial professional. A good financial advisor can provide valuable insights and guidance as you navigate the important financial decisions you'll face as a married couple. And that's where I come in. I am a certified liability advisor, CLA, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. I can help you and your spouse get on the right track. So there you have it, folks. That 10 tips to help you and your spouse build a strong financial partnership. Remember, it's not about how much money you have. It's about how you manage it together. If you're a newlywed, or even if you've been married for years and are struggling with financial issues, I want you to know that you're not alone, and I can help. I am a certified liability advisor helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Give us a call at 800-306-1990. We'll sit down, review your situation, and create a plan to get you on the road to financial security and a happier, healthier marriage. Remember, your financial journey is a marathon, not a sprint. By working together, communicating openly, and seeking help when you need it, you can build a future where money is a source of strength, not stress. That is the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by GetHomeselect.com, GetHomeselect.com. When we come back, what are we going to talk about? Second time around, smart estate planning for second marriages and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference in the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Borrow Smart segment today being brought to you by GetHomeSelect.com, GetHomeSelect.com. Second time around, smart estate planning for second marriages. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, let's see, building a stronger future, that's where it is, building a stronger future right here in our community. Let's give you some ideas. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned homeowner, or planning for a comfortable retirement, we've got you covered. Today, we're diving into a topic that's becoming increasingly important. Estate planning for second marriages. A little more complex than planning for a first marriage. And if you're one of the many folks in a second marriage, it's critical that you revisit your estate strategy. You see, unlike that death till death do us part scenario of a first marriage, second marriages often require some special considerations. We're talking about how to provide for your new spouse while also ensuring that your children from a previous marriage are taken care of. It's a balancing act, but with a careful planning, you can achieve peace of mind. Now, I know estate planning can sound intimidating, even a bit morbid, but trust me, it's one of the most important things you can do for your loved ones. It's not just about what you leave behind, but how you leave it. And in a second marriage, that how becomes even more crucial. So let's break down some key ideas to think about when updating your estate strategy. Providing for everyone you love, first and foremost. You probably want to make certain that your children from your first marriage are set up to receive assets from your estate. At the same time, you want to provide your second spouse with adequate resources so they'll be able to live comfortably should you pass away first. It's about finding that sweet spot where everyone feels secure and provided for. Think of it this way. You're building a bridge between your past and your present, ensuring that everyone has a place in their future. The importance of asset tilting. Everyone's talking about how you own your importance of asset titling. Easy for me to say. Now, let's talk about how you own your assets. This is where things get a little tricky. Consider this. Assets that are jointly owned in your name and your second spouse's name are automatically set up to pass directly to your second spouse. This often happens regardless of what your will says. So if you intend for certain assets to go to your children, joint ownership with your second spouse might not be the best strategy. It's essential to understand the implications of how your assets are titled. Retirement accounts, a potential pitfall. Here's another crucial point, especially for those of you with significant retirement savings. If you designate your second spouse as the beneficiary on your retirement accounts, remember this: once you're gone, your surviving spouse can name anyone they choose as the beneficiary. Yes, you heard that right. Even if there were promises made to name your children from a previous marriage as successor beneficiaries, your second spouse isn't legally obligated to honor them. This is a big one, folks, and it requires careful consideration and planning. Prenuptial and postnuptial agreements. I know the word prenuptial can sometimes raise eyebrows, but in the context of a second marriage, prenuptial and even postnuptial agreements can be an incredibly valuable tool. These agreements, when drafted with the help of a professional who has legal expertise in estate management, can help clarify financial expectations and protect the interests of both spouses and your children. They can address things like how assets accumulated before the marriage will be treated, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. Addressing children's concerns. Let's face it, if your new spouse is closer in age to your children than you, your children might have some real concerns. They may worry that they might never receive an inheritance. It's a natural fear, and it's important to address it head on. One approach to consider is passing assets directly to your children upon your death. This can be achieved through various means, and the one common method is the purchase of life insurance. Life insurance can provide a designated sum of money to your children, ensuring that they receive an inheritance regardless of what happens with other assets. It's a way to provide the guarantee and alleviate those fears. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of estate planning: protecting your assets from the potential costs of long-term care. Here's a sobering reality. Extended care can be incredibly expensive, and it can drain assets that you've intended to support your spouse or pass on to your children. Therefore, it's important to consider approaches that can help protect against the risk. Long-term care insurance is one option, but there are other strategies as well. It's about being proactive and planning for those what-if scenarios. The importance of professional guidance. Giving you a lot to think about, and I want to emphasize that estate planning for second marriages is not a do-it-yourself project. It requires the expertise of professionals. This is where a certified liability advisor, CLA, can be an invaluable resource. As a CLA, I help families build wealth through strategic debt management. But it's not just about debt, it's about looking at your entire financial picture, including your estate planning. A qualified professional can help you navigate the complexities of asset titling, beneficiary designations, prenuptial agreements, and long-term care planning. They can help you craft a plan that reflects your specific wishes and protects your loved ones. Take action today. So what's the takeaway here, folks? If you're in a second marriage, don't delay. Revisiting and updating your estate strategy is one of the most important things you can do for your family. Don't let procrastination or discomfort prevent you from taking action. Remember, it's not just about the money, it's about the people you love and the legacy you want to leave behind. I am a certified liability advisor here to help you. I help people understand that every family situation is unique. That's why I take a personalized approach to every client. If you're ready to take control of your estate planning Ensure that your loved ones are protected. I encourage you to reach out. Don't wait until it's too late. Let's work together to build a plan that gives you peace of mind and secures your family's future. You can reach me at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And I thank you for tuning in to Ron Siegel Radio. Remember, we're here to help you navigate the complexity of homeownership, retirement planning, and financial well-being. And as always, and that's the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by GetHomeSelect.com, GetHomeSelect.com. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean, who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Remember, we make a lot of money, so you help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.